At the beginning of the story, a laboratory for producing illegal drugs is shown with scientists working. Suddenly, a group of special forces surrounds the place. This mission is led by Brown, a trained agent. For Brown and his team, this mission is quite easy. Brown confronts the mafia boss directly, but just as he is about to kill him, his partner stops him because the agency's leadership wants the boss captured alive.
Throw down your weapon! Down! We need him alive.
Brown then approaches a suspicious warehouse door. Inside, he finds 3 dead hostages who were shot during the earlier gunfight. Brown regrets the incident, realizing he had killed innocent people. The mission is eventually completed. On the way home, Brown continues to be haunted by the shooting incident where innocent civilians were unintentionally hit. This event causes Brown to suffer trauma, and he decides to resign from the intelligence agency. Upon arriving home, Brown is warmly greeted by his wife and 2 young daughters, who have eagerly awaited his return after several months of his absence.
Why are you limping?
It'll be okay.
The scene shifts to a criminal named John, who is about to be released from prison. Some angry inmates plan to attack him as revenge for his past actions. However, John easily defeats them because he is a former soldier who served in various locations. John was imprisoned for robbery and murder.
I don't want to have any trouble, right? We got some unfinished business. Getting out soon.
Before his release, the police warn him not to commit any more crimes.
I hope to God I never see you again.
I just want to, I'll always be sorry about it.
Meanwhile, during dinner with his family, Brown keeps thinking about what he did to Sandra. His 2 daughters, noticing that something is wrong with their father, decide to leave.
And then Tom said that he liked her dad.
Back to John, his friends arrive to pick him up and take him home in a car. They ask John about a sum of money he had hidden somewhere before he was imprisoned. It turns out that John's group had hidden $3 million in a house, which turns out to be Brown's house.
She still had it. Where is it?
Ain't nobody gonna find shit.
Unexpectedly, Brown's daughter finds the money and begins using it. One night, when the girl takes more money from the bag, her sister finds out and asks where she got it from. They argue, as one of them feels the money shouldn't be touched if it doesn't belong to them.
We have to tell Mom and Dad. We can't tell.
Meanwhile, John and his friends have a meeting to plan. John emphasizes that when they take the money, everything must be done neatly and without violence.
Yes, sir. Everything tight. Little brother. Yeah.
That night, John's men begin their move. They arrive at Brown's house. One man gets out of the car to check the house and reports that there are 4 people inside. At the same time, Brown is sleepwalking and muttering in his sleep. He suddenly wakes up, grabs his gun, and shoots towards the window used by the gang to enter. The criminals immediately flee. Brown wakes up terrified, as does his wife, who quickly grabs the gun from Brown's hand.
What to your rooms right now?
The next day, Brown's old friend, Sebastian, comes to visit for a drink and a serious conversation. Brown asks him to stay at the house to protect his family in case he loses control.
Every night?
Afraid I'm gonna hurt my family.
Brown then meets with a psychologist who suggests that he take a vacation with his wife to help recover from his trauma.
Tell from what's real and what's...
What do you taste? Now, you try.
One day, Brown is taken to the police station. It turns out that the police are working with John. They show an arrest warrant, but as a secret agent, Brown quickly realizes that the warrant is fake because it is not signed by a judge. The police then inform John that their plan has failed because Brown is not an ordinary person.
See, I was in the service myself, and
Attorney's office. There's no judge's signature on this.
you were just diagnosed with PTSD.
The fuck did you have me come down here for anyway?
Yeah, he just left.
Brown and his wife eventually go on vacation, leaving their 2 daughters at home. While they're driving, a thug gets out of a car pretending to check the engine, but actually observing the state of Brown's house.
Keep your fucking head.
That evening, John's team prepares with weapons. However, they don't know that Brown's daughter is throwing a party and invited many friends. Meanwhile, during the trip, Brown suddenly feels uneasy and his trauma resurfaces. His wife notices something is wrong and asks him about it. Finally, Brown admits that during his previous mission, he accidentally killed 3 hostages, a mother and her 2 daughters.
Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know?
At home, one of Brown's daughters, Natalie, locks herself in her room because she doesn't like the party. By accident, she knocks over a lamp and discovers a box containing money, a valuable ring, and a photo of a woman belonging to John. Natalie hides the box in her PC and contacts Sebastian, Brown's friend. She tells him about her discovery and John's arrest. Sebastian tells Natalie to stay calm, hide the money, and speak to her sister.
Where did you get this?
I was doing some research and I found this. This money has been here for a long time. Wild child!
Natalie.
Meanwhile, Sebastian begins to suspect something is wrong and tells the teenagers to go home. When one man steps outside to relieve himself, he is found by Dominic and shot. The thugs then enter the house and Dominic kills all the remaining teenagers inside.
I'm here for the party. How thoughtful. Refreshment.
Meanwhile, Natalie locks herself in her room and hides under the bed. She calls her mother, but Brown answers the phone. Unfortunately, their conversation is unclear, and Brown says he will call her back. His wife urges him to call again, but there's no signal inside the house. Dominic enters Natalie's room and finds her. Finally, Brown gets a signal and sees a message from Natalie saying that criminals have entered their house.
The bedroom.
Deadly sorry.
Here you are.
He hesitates, unsure whether it is a hallucination or reality, but his wife, hearing the conversation, convinces him it's real. He tries to call Sebastian, but there's no answer. Quickly, Brown and his wife decide to return home and cancel their vacation plans. Meanwhile, John's men begin finding the money hidden in the house. After bringing the stolen goods to the kitchen, they realize there's a problem. All the items have been found except for John's deceased wife's ring. Additionally, John's brother notices that $100,000 is missing from the total $3 million. They then question Natalie's younger sister, but she claims she doesn't know anything. After some coercion, the criminals finally discover the location of the missing money.
We got a fucking problem. Because we don't have Johnny's ring.
And we're 100 grand short. Where's the money?
On the other hand, Sebastian, who had been tied up, manages to free himself and attacks John's brother. However, other gang members arrive and kick Sebastian in the head. They then call John to inform him that his brother is dead.
Hey, got fucked up, bro.
The scene then shifts to a free fight event featuring Ray, an old friend of John who is an expert fighter. Ray successfully defeats his opponent. John asks Ray for help, explaining what he's currently going through. Ray gladly agrees to help because, for him, it's easy.
What's up, amigo? Hey, you ain't skinny little Ray no more, are you? Matthew, your brother Matthew.
Matthew got killed.
Who killed Matthew?
Let's go. We got some business to take care of.
John and his group then arrive at Brown's house. John informs them that his brother is dead. He takes a knife and stabs Sebastian to death. He takes Sebastian's phone and quickly calls Brown, warning him that if he touches his daughter, he will die. However, John tells him it's too late, and he's waiting for him. Natalie then runs to her room and gives John a box containing the ring.
Let's go, come on.
Brown and his wife finally arrive home. He tells his wife to stay in the car while he faces the criminals. As he approaches the house, Brown spots some gangsters inside a car. When one of them exits, Brown, hiding under the car, incapacitates them all. Dominic exits and finds the dead gangsters. Brown enters the house, finds his eldest daughter, and tells her to escape. When a gangster tries to attack him, Brown sees his shadow and immediately kills him.
Let's kill them all.
Meanwhile, John and his men are informed that Brown has arrived. Ray, one of John's men, challenges Brown to a hand-to-hand fight. Brown accepts the challenge and successfully defeats Ray. Shortly after, the corrupt police finally arrive, and Brown tries to negotiate with them, convincing the officer to shoot John and then split the money between them. The corrupt officer agrees and kills John, but then Brown's wife suddenly arrives and shoots the corrupt officer. At the end of the film, the Brown family survives the tragedy. The $3 million officially belongs to the Brown family.